Hi third graders, I'm going to take you through on how to use the app educreations. It's a new one that you guys just received this week. Educreations is basically a whiteboard with the ability to record, and we call that ability screencasting. It's going to be really important that you watch the directions here. You may have to rewind it a couple of times to be able to catch up as it takes you through how to use educreations. Most likely the first time you sign into educreations, you're going to get a little pop-up menu where you have the ability to hit done, and it should bring you to a screen that looks like this right here. This is the main screen for educreations on where you can do your recording. But before we start with any of the buttons and where to go, we need to hit this little back arrow. All right, a little box with a back arrow, and that'll get us back to the main menu. The first thing we need to do is we need to get signed into our account. So the big thing is pay attention to where the arrows are. They're going to kind of show you the order in which you need to do. So the back arrow first, and then there's a little gear, a little settings button that I want us to hit. After we've done that settings button, we should be able to come back to the screen where we need to create an account. You'll see right down there at the bottom, create an account, and then it's going to just take us through a really quick series of questions. First of all, I think everybody knows we're a student. And then it's going to ask for a class code. Well, we're not going to enter a class code, so we're going to come down here to the bottom and say don't have a code. Finally, the last thing we're going to do here is we're going to tap this little G button for Google. Sign up using Google. That's the button we are looking for right there. By this point, this screen should be pretty familiar to us. We're going to go ahead and just get signed in with our Google account. You can do this at this point. The information for your Google account is listed down here at the bottom. For us, it is our first name and our last name at lvlakers.net. Big thing is, remember, there's no space. We don't need any capital letters or anything like that. We can hit the next once we have typed that in. And then it's going to ask us for a password. Password still has remained unchanged. Lakers with a capital L, a period, and then your lunch number goes in there once it prompts you for a password. More than likely, after you've typed in your email and your password, you'll have to allow and hit a couple of the OK buttons to get yourself back to this screen. You can see that I'm at the main screen of the educreations by the fact that my little dude here is highlighted. Once you've found this screen, we are looking for the little button that has the plus on it. That is going to let us start a new screencast. Now, I'm just going to briefly take you through what some of these buttons do and how we are going to use educreations to help teach yourselves about connections. So educreations up here, you're going to notice a few of the biggest tools. The pencil button up here, you'll see all the different colors where if you tap on them, you can kind of exchange some of those out. The big things you're going to use are the pencil and this little plus button right here. I think the pencil tool is pretty self-explanatory. It allows you to write or to draw on your page. But when you hit the plus button, this is what's going to happen. You're going to see the ability to add some different things. I'm going to take you through what each of those buttons do. This bottom section here that's kind of grayed out is the Pro version. None of those buttons are going to work. They're going to prompt you to try and pay for the Pro version, which you are not going to be able to do. So we're going to look at the top buttons here. We'll start with the first one, the letter A. This is going to allow you to add text to your whiteboard. The second one that we're going to look at is the looks like a little photo. That will allow you to pick stuff out of your camera roll off your iPad. And the last one, obviously, I think is pretty self-explanatory, is the camera is going to allow you to take pictures. Some other helpful things on this page, there's a little arrow down in the bottom right corner will allow you to add new pages if you need to add more pages, which you probably will at some point. The little arrow in the bottom right corner will allow you to do that. And the last one, the eraser, I think is pretty self-explanatory. If you need to make any changes to your page, that is where you can do that. The last feature of educreations that we're going to talk about is the record button. Now, if you remember on the previous, this button up here was a little microphone. Once you've pushed it, you're going to see the timer going, and that is allowing you to record your voice and whatever you do on your whiteboard. So if you started to write on your whiteboard as your timer is going, that is going to record. If you need to pause to kind of think about what you're going to say next, you just hit the record button again and you're able to pause it. When you're ready to go after that, hit the record button again and it'll pick up right where you left off. This is going to end your crash course on educreations and how to use the app, which combines the ability to have a whiteboard and to record what you do to make a screencast. Thanks for watching.